What's being discussed here is film as a construct. So generally what this means is the awareness that film is created. It's not actually real life. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but I'm also going to make this video in a way that should kind of draw attention to the fact that it was not just me sitting down doing this at one time and that's it. Most modern movies do whatever they can to make sure you don't know the film is a construct. Things that make you realize it are things that take you out of the experience. In big budget films, they don't want you to think about the fact that this is a construct. They want you to kind of just live in the zone. They want you to live in the film itself. And actually, if anything takes you out of that, it's usually called a continuity error. Basically, if you see someone holding something in their right hand, and then the next scene they're holding it in their left hand, that's continuity error because it takes you out of the world of the film. You suddenly realize, wait, that was different a second ago, and it makes you think about the fact that this film wasn't filmed as it was happening because it wasn't happening. You start to think about the way that film is made. This probably wasn't filmed in order, even. So when you're thinking about that, that takes you out of it and you realize it's a construct. But big budget films don't want you to do this because people don't expect this. They don't want it. They want to kind of have this film take them away to a different place. With all the media that we've viewed, we can accept if something is going to repeatedly be wrong. It's going to over and over again tell us this is made up. Otherwise, we're totally happy pretending to live in the movie world. But it's that kind of in-between. We're not sure whether or not we're supposed to notice mistakes or we're supposed to just live in the movie. And that kind of upsets us for some reason. We want to know, am I supposed to believe this? Or am I supposed to think that this is all just fun and games and that they're playing around with me? We don't like being in that middle zone. Flaherty wants you to believe that everything that he's showing you is real and it's true. So he tries to make things as consistent as possible and give you the illusion that this is all really happening. Vertov is on the exact opposite end. He wants you to know that you're a viewer viewing, sometimes even other people viewing something that he is making, and he wants you to see him make it. He slows things down, he speeds things up, he'll mirror something right down the middle of the screen so you're seeing double. He wants you to think about the fact that he was behind a camera and he made this for you to see, and he knew you were going to see it. Today, we can see aspects of Flaherty's film that make us think about whether the fact it is constructed or not, but at the time it was made, people probably weren't thinking that. They were going to believe that what they were being shown and told just as much as shown was true, because why would someone lie to them? We're a little bit more discerning now just because we have seen so many films, so there are some aspects even of Nanook of the North that make us question that can't really be real, which does take us out of kind of the constructedness. In Nanook of the North, it's made to be consistent. You're not supposed to be pulled out of the story itself. If you saw the other Inuit people with the cameras helping Flaherty record, that would have pulled you out of the narrative, which would have made you realize that, again, this is a constructed film. This isn't just live what's happening. Things that these movies have in common, they both simplify. So we see these Russian towns, but we just see people as people kind of scurrying about doing what they do. We don't really know anything about them. In Nanook of the North, they simplify, but in a different way. What's simplified is the character of Nanook, which isn't even his real name. We don't actually get a sense of what his life is truly like. We're shown the simplified version of how he hunts, how he interacts with his family. We don't actually see him interacting a whole lot, just speaking to them. We have this very composed, kind of simplified version of what a life is like in the Arctic. What is different is Vertov lets his film be open-ended. He lets these people exist He doesn't try to explain what these people are doing, he just lets us watch them. We just get to see them and kind of draw our own conclusions about what they're doing. On the other hand, Flaherty wants us to know every single thing about what he thinks of Nanook and what Nanook is doing. He gives us this kind of overarching mansplain of every aspect of what his opinion of life is like in the Arctic. Not even what it's actually like, but just his opinion of it and what he thinks the other white folks should kind of know.